So, I'm finally recording that video that I said I was going to record about a month ago about what I wanted to do this year. Um, I'm not going to make a list of resolutions, but there's one thing in particular that dominates my life, and I want to be in more control of that. So I want to record a little video basically stating what that is and the history behind it and all the other things. So, you may think, well, what dominates my life? Well, uh, okay, I'm just gonna say it out. Anxiety. Um, I'm not gonna come out and say I have it worse than anybody else, because frankly, I don't. I have never had an anxiety attack before, which I know comes with a lot of people that have bad anxiety. For me, what happens is it goes directly to my stomach, and I get nauseous. And I would tell you the history of all that, but that's a little too personal. But I've had a couple different times where that's happened. Um, Twice in high school, a couple times in college. When the moment really mattered, um, I couldn't be in that moment. The moment was too big for me, and I faltered. And the demons from those moments have come to haunt me in the present. But I'm not here to talk about the past. I sound like Mark McGuire. Okay. Um, but I am here to tell you basically what led me to look into self-help. And that's basically what this video is going to be about, is how I use self-help to control my anxiety. Um, as I said, I've had a bunch of times in the past where I've been in the moment and I haven't seized control of it, like Eminem says. I haven't lost myself in the moment, in a good way. I've lost myself in a bad way, and I've ruined some pretty awesome moments for myself. I've ruined some pretty awesome moments, some moments that I wish I could take back, but you can't change the past, and you can't do that. But and previously I have not ventured into the self-help area, but when I was at Towson, my last 2 years there, my first year was good, in relation to everything else. I struggled in one class, but I ended up getting pretty good grades my first semester there, and was pretty happy, and was looking forward to the future. But my last 2 years were probably the worst years academically I've ever had in my entire life. And I had some nights where I did not know how I was going to continue. I contemplated drop. I mean, I don't think I'd ever drop out, but I had thoughts. You know how people like have suicidal thoughts. Well, I had thoughts of, well, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe this isn't the direction that I'm supposed to go in. And I was having all these different opinions about grades and how this happens and how that happens, and so I started to I looked into self help. I looked into how to make yourself happy, how to get happy, how to block out the negative blocks. And I started with this program that I ended up getting for my birthday, actually. I think back in 2010, 2011, called the Silva Method, the Silva Life Method. That was the first thing that I tried out. Unfortunately, it didn't work. I tried listening to the recordings, and I tried to do the meditations, and it didn't really help. Um, I would consider myself still a novice at meditation. I have a bunch of apps on my phone that do meditation and that have meditation recordings on them, but I've never been able to completely block out my mind and my thoughts I haven't been able to control my thoughts the way that the Silva method was supposed to be doing. I went into that program thinking, wow, if I can do this stuff, this is going to change my life. And it didn't end up doing that. But, I've tried, I've read a couple different books. I've actually read something that I'll probably end up going back to is The Success Principles by Jack Canfield. I actually tried to get a coach, actually, with him, but you literally had to pay, like, I think it was like I can't remember how much it was. It was a lot of money. It was like, and when I was in college, I didn't have that much money. I can't, it might have been like $200 or maybe even it might have even been like 1,000. I can't remember what it was. It was really expensive. I had the free phone call with the coach, but after that, I was like, sorry, I can't do it, and of course, they try to get you to stay by like, well, this is your first step, and if you don't do this, I mean, how are you gonna change your life? This is step one of the process, and I'm like, yeah, I'm a college student, I have no money, I'm not gonna do that. It's gonna make me even more depressed. So I didn't go through with that. But I've realized that every little piece of material that I read, like if I do meditation, if I read, if I read self-help things, if I read happiness articles, or, you know, um, I realize that I actually feel better in the moment. And I think of all these good possibilities that could happen in my life, and sometimes it only happens for that moment, but in that moment I feel good. And one of the things that I decided that I want to do in 2015 is, when I first thought of this idea, I said 2 hours a day, and I was looking at the big picture with that, and I thought 2 hours was a little much, considering that I'm working 8 hours a day. But the one thing that I do want to do is do at least an hour a day of something regarding meditation, self-help, breathing, breathing activities, something like that. And the one thing that I've done a little bit of, but again, my anxiety comes to work with this. When I'm working, we all have cubicles, and I get nervous that people are gonna that if I put my headphones in, and zone out for 20 minutes, people are gonna talk to me or something, and I'm not gonna have the full concentration that I need to focus. I've usually done it on days when people are out, so I have more more time, or not more time, but there's I think I won't get distracted. There's this one thing that I've been actually doing for a little bit. I've also been doing this when I'm teleworking as well. It's something that really helps me. It's this app called Pizzazz, or Pizzazz, or whatever, however you pronounce that. And what it does is it has a nap sequence and it has a sleep sequence. The nap sequence, it, it it says it generates a new soundtrack for you every time. I've not noticed that. I've noticed the same exact track the entire time, maybe with different vocals on the track. But I really like the napping one. I usually set it for 20 minutes, and I've done that multiple times when I've been teleworking. It actually helps me. It really helps me. It helps me to get focused, to be more awake when I get up. I tried it once when I tried this exact thing when I was at work about a couple weeks ago, and it was during my lunchtime, actually. I thought, okay, well, I'm not, on my lunch, I can do this. And of course, my this was when my supervisor was on leave, and the acting supervisor came in, and he would come in and just sign FOIAs and whatnot, and I heard him come in, and I was like, oh great. I was like, they're all gonna wonder what I'm doing. And I heard voices in the background saying, like something like, "What's Tony doing?" or something, and I basically couldn't concentrate during that time. So that was a bad time to do that. And that's why I'm afraid to do it at work, because I feel like there's not, I won't have the quiet, I won't have the focus level to do that. Um, but I'm going to try to do that, or do something more often at work, because I feel like if I do that every day for at least 20 minutes, it will help me, because I mean, I stare at a screen all day, and, that it hurts my eyes a lot, and to just, sit back and to, or, yeah, sit back, and to just close my eyes and try to zone out for 20 minutes, would definitely help me. I actually tried, I tried it before, I tried different meditations, I would use this app called Calm.com, where it would give me these 10-minute tracks. You can do it for, like, stress, anxiety, um, weight loss, or, inner peace, inner strength. And you would have these 10-minute sessions that were just perfect, because they were 10-minute sessions, and I'd wake up feeling great. And I'd try those around like 3 o'clock, or, soon to when I was getting off. So it would give me that extra oomph to push through the final hour of the day. Um, so I feel like I need something like that at work, and I'll probably let my coworkers know that I'm going to do this, so that they don't distract me, because distraction, or, worrying about distractions is not a good thing while you're meditating. So, um, but my history of anxiety, I've had a lot of stuff go down, as I said, in the past, and I'm nowhere near where I want to be, because I feel like that me at my best will be totally confident in myself, totally just, I can do anything out of thin air, I won't be thinking about it, I won't, I just do it, and don't worry about the consequences. But I'm nowhere near that. If something happens in my life, and, in this video I'm not going to go into specifics, but if something happens in my life, I overanalyze it, and I think about 20 different things that could happen in that situation, and I ruin a lot of things by doing that. I ruin a lot of situations, a lot of potential opportunities. Again, I won't get into the specific situations or any specific examples, so I'm going to go very vague on these examples right here. But, so as I said, I'm nowhere near where I want to be. But here's my thought process. I'm 26 years old. I'm turning 27 this year, in about 6 months. Holy crap, that is going by quickly. Um, but I realize I'm still young. You know, I may think I'm old, and compared to a lot of my friends, compared to people I talk to on Twitter, I'm ancient. But I am really young still, and if I was an athlete, I'd be in my prime. Or actually, no, I would be entering my prime at the age of 27. So I still have a lot that I can do with my anxiety, and also with fitness, which is another big category that I might do a video about that, I don't know. But I feel like, if I really exercised and really worked at it, um, let's just say that, like, my potential is nowhere near where I'm at right now. I could be so much better in so many different situations. Like, well, I said I wouldn't get into specifics, but I mean just different situations, and I think a lot of you know which situations I'm talking about. Just being more confident, being, looking better, not afraid to say things, just saying it and not worrying about the consequences. You know, I mean, the potential for that to go up is immensely, is a, I don't even know what I'm saying there, but whatever. But, and I've thought about, just, taking a year out of my life and just focusing on myself, and not worrying about, relationships, or, friend, worrying about the things that I usually worry about. Um, I've thought about doing that, just saying, all right, from age 26 to age 20, from age 26 to age 27, from age 26 to age 27, it'll be about me. Obviously that hasn't been the case. Maybe I'll do it from 27 to 28, but I feel like that if I focus on myself and do things that will improve my confidence level, my fitness level, my muscular level, my that will lower my anxiety level. I feel like that when I hit my 30s, my early 30s, I feel like I could be at my best and could basically live the life that I wanted to live in my like mid to late teens, early 20s. I would be living it in my early 30s. And again, I won't get into specifics, but some of you know what I'm talking about. And and not in just that area. I mean, I'm talking about it in all areas. Like I have anxieties from, there's different areas. I mean, there's one area that's mostly there, but there's other areas that I have anxiety in, and it affects me in major ways. Um, like not like I'm gonna be a monk and I'm gonna just shut myself off from the rest of the world and say no. I can't do this because I'm going to the gym or something. I can't. I'm not gonna do that because that's not good. Having a social life is very important, and I don't want to just shun off everybody and everything to just focus on myself. But if I put that in my mindset that okay, don't worry about anything that happens this year because this year isn't what you're worried about, or I mean, this isn't what we're going to be concerned about. It's the future years that we're working toward. Better yourself now, and prepare for the future when you have the tools and you have the ability to do these things. Not right now when you're a nervous wreck all the time and you can't you can't think of what to say. Your anxiety level just kills everything. So if I work on that, and then maybe when I'm 29, 30 years old, I have all the tools and I know what to do in every situation, I'm 100% more confident. I mean, I can just do these things without even thinking, and this video right now will be just something in the past. It'll be something in the past. So that's what I'm looking toward. Um, and there's a lot of things that go into that. But I just wanted to do a video explaining that's one of the things I want to do in 2015. One of the major things is at least an hour a day to read something, to listen to meditations, to help myself prepare myself for my future. Because I feel like I'm nowhere near my potential, and this right now is still Tony version 1.0. I mean, I'm probably at maybe 1.3 right now, or 1.2. Like I'm nowhere near 2.0 or 3.0. Like I feel like Tony version 2.0 or Tony version 3.0 will just blow everyone out of the water. We'll just be like, wow, that's, like I'll go to like a 20-year high school reunion or 30-year high school reunion and people will be like, whoa, you've changed. You just have, you blew everything out of all my expectations out of the water. Um, so that's my goal, for the next, 2, 3, 4 years, is to be that man that, that I know I can be, that the potential is out there, and if I help cure my anxiety, that will be a major, major hurdle, and, happiness can be achieved. And that's another thing, is happiness, but I'm not going to spend 10 minutes going over that. But basically, I do tend to look for happiness outside outside sources, whether it be people. Um, Actually, it mostly is people. you know, and I think, well, if this person likes me, then I'm gonna be happy. No, that's not the case. It'll be a temporarily happiness. Temporary happiness. And to be happy, you have to be happy inside yourself and not look toward the outside sources to be happy. And that's just that's what it is. So I don't think I've been rambling at all in this video. I think all the things I've been saying are really good points, is useful information for me and for everybody else. And if you can't tell, I'm not like most guys. I am a more emotional guy. I've never hid that from anybody. Maybe the emotion side is the reason why certain things haven't happened. I don't know, but I'm never gonna shy away from the emotions that I have. I'm not gonna build it up in me and become the manly man. That's not gonna be me. I'm not gonna be someone who I'm not. Because once you do that, then you go down a whole other path where you get more depressed, and because if you don't act like yourself, then things start to happen that you don't like. You can only fake being yourself for so long before it hurts you. And my emotional state is me being a more emotional guy. That's part of who I am. So if people can't understand that or can't deal with that, then I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not the typical man, or stereotypical man. There you go. I'm not GI Joe. I'm not Ken. But at the same time, I'm not Barbie. I'm a Barbie girl. No. So I'm just looking to improve myself in every way that I can. So I think I'm very different from who I was back in 2006 and 2007. I'll tell you that right now. But I'm still not who I want to be. And again, my anxiety is something that I think once it's cured and controlled, will bring out the Tony that I want to be, and will be the guy that I've wanted to be my whole life. And these 25 years in the past will be version 1.0, and this next version of me will be 2.0. And yeah, but it's a process. It's a process. So we've been here for 22 minutes. I think the video has been pretty good. So I'm going to upload this to YouTube, and then upload it to Facebook. And hopefully me being real in this video instead of acting like I'm a rapper and whatnot will get people to understand the true me. This has been 'cause a lot of people don't know who I am really. They see the Facebook posts, they see the guy who likes hip hop and R&B, and they think a couple different things. But this is me. I'm flat out. I'm an honest guy. I don't lie. That rhymed. You know, I speak to the core. I speak the truth. So well, that's all, folks, for tonight. I'm gonna sign off and leave some comments down below. All right, peace.